Hello, everyone. I'm Crystal Cruz. Tonight on News West 9 at 10, we have breaking news out of Washington right now. The Senate just passed a bill that would end the longest government shutdown in history.
Let's vote. The ayes are 60. The nays are 40. The bill as amended is passed.
7 Democrats and 1 independent crossed party lines tonight to give the funding bill the 60 votes needed to pass. The bill would fund the government through the end of January, but it does not include Democrats' key demand to extend Obamacare subsidies. Senate Democrats did secure a vote on health care subsidies in the coming weeks, but it's unlikely to pass. And the House still needs to vote. They've been on recess since mid-September. Members are expected to return to Washington on Wednesday. Hello, everyone. I'm Crystal Cruz. Breaking news tonight. After the longest government shutdown in history, President Trump has signed the bill to end the government shutdown.
So with my signature, the federal government will now resume normal operations, and my administration and our partners in Congress will continue our work to lower the cost of living, restore public safety, grow our economy, and make America affordable again for all Americans.
This comes after the House of Representatives passed the Senate funding bill earlier tonight with a 222 to 209 vote. 6 Democrats voted along with almost all Republicans. The funding package keeps the government open through January 30th and includes a minibus of 3 full-year appropriations bills, along with full funding for SNAP benefits through next September.
Before we go to get one last look at Jordan's weather, we are following some breaking news right now. This is a bad accident on Business 20. As you can see, it is pretty devastating what looks like out there on just the east of the intersection of South County Road 1290 and Business 20. The Midland Police Department, Midland Fire Department, and Texas Department of Public Safety crews, they're on the scene right now. Looks like an accident between an 18-wheeler and just one vehicle, although these are all unconfirmed reports coming in. But as you can see, footage pretty devastating there near the train tracks, traffic backed up. We're following this right now closely, so stay with us here on News West 9. We'll have more coming up at 10. Jordan.
Boy, doesn't look like a good situation. And it's
Tonight at 10, the community remembers the lives lost 1 year after a tragic train derailment in Pecos. We'll show you how the community continues to heal. And movies, bowling, arcade games, and soon indoor kart racing is coming to the Tall City. We've got a sneak peek inside Midland's newest synergy. Plus, the search may be over for the Brown University shooter. We'll share what authorities uncovered.
Right now at 5, the West Nile virus has made its way to Midland County. What you can do to stay safe from those mosquitoes. The city of Odessa continues to plan a citywide budget. We're breaking down the numbers coming up. Plus, we'll share some tips on how to avoid feeling these blues to start the work week off. Right now at 5, the search for answers continues after a fatal hit and run in Midland. What police are now urging the public to do. A new law that is raising a lot of questions for parents and students. We spoke to administrators with Ector County ISD to find out more about the new cell phone ban. Plus, new information about the lone gunman who killed 4 people in a New York City mass shooting.
Tonight at 10, the fight between the city of Odessa and the Texas Attorney General continues. We'll share what the mayor had to say. And we'll show you how the FBI was able to track down the Brown University shooter after a 5-day manhunt. Plus, how folks in the Permian Basin are stepping up to give the community a Christmas to remember. The news at 10 starts right now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sydney Jolivet. Today, Mayor Cal Hendrick is speaking out at Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton as he sent a letter to the city claiming the city violated the state's audit statute and could face penalties.
And parents in Kermit are speaking directly to the school district tonight after accusations of misconduct with staff members and special needs students. Lindsay Simonton claims her nonverbal child was sprayed with water and, quote, popped by staff as a form of discipline. She faced the Kermit ISD school board tonight to share an emotional testimony, saying it's important to stand up for her child, especially because he can't speak for himself.
We are their voices, and I am a loud voice for my child. I am his strongest advocate, and I always will be. I came to address the school board and trustees with this information that us parents have talked. We know what's going on, and for this to be overlooked and for this to be ignored for who knows how long is unacceptable.
She wasn't the only parent who came forward tonight. Yesenia Trejo says her son told her that he was also sprayed with water and even named the teacher who he claims did it. Trejo says she wants more open communication with the district.
So I would like to be updated, for our kids' sake, and to know who will be around our children from now on, and, just keep them protected from the people that should not be in there.
Both moms say they want to see certified teachers in special needs classrooms. Kermit ISD tells us they did not want to comment tonight about these accusations. Also new at 10, tonight a child predator is off the streets for good. An Ector County jury has found Mark Lujan guilty of sexually assaulting children, and the sentence is stacked heavy. Lujan was hit with 2 life terms plus decades more, with most of the sentences set to run back to back, not at the same time. Prosecutors say the case spanned several victims, all underage and all connected through social media. The first report came in May of 2022 when a mother found her 13-year-old daughter with an adult man who had been lying about his age. DNA tests later pointed straight to Lujan. Just weeks later, an 11-year-old came forward saying she met a man online who also pretended to be a teen. Investigators say once again, DNA matched Lujan. And then a third victim who only realized his real age after seeing his mugshot on the news told police he targeted her too. There's a new Texas program for sexual assault survivors. There's now an option to have DNA evidence collected and tested without filing a police report. The limited consent for DNA testing program took effect December 1st. It was created under House Bill 1422. The goal is to remove a major barrier for survivors who may not be ready to involve law enforcement. DPS says evidence kits will be processed within 90 days at its Houston crime lab. Survivors can track their kit status through the state's Track Kit system. Well, tonight we're learning more about an Odessa mom and her 2 children who lost their lives in what police are calling a brutal and horrific killing. A crime they say was committed by a 15-year-old boy. As of right now, Odessa police say that teenager is accused of killing the family of his ex-girlfriend inside their apartment Tuesday night in what investigators describe as a targeted act of violence. Police tell us he shot and killed 39-year-old Jessica Rodriguez, her 9-year-old son, and 13-year-old sister. Police say the suspect initially planned to target his teenage girlfriend by shooting her after school after a recent breakup. But instead, according to detectives, he turned his attention to her mother and 2 younger siblings. Detectives think he ran from the apartment complex, was caught, though, about 40 minutes after the shooting. Police say they recovered a handgun they believe was used.
Wow. I think the community, I think OPD, everyone, our hearts and prayers go out to the families, the friends, anyone connected with the tragedy last night. It was just such a tragic and cowardly act of violence that happened. It's the kind of thing that really marks a community, and particularly in this holiday season, it's a hurtful, horrible thing.
At this point, authorities say anyone who provided the teen the gun or knew about the plan could face charges. Chief Gerke says it's up to the prosecutor whether or not the teen will be tried as an adult. Now, if he is, only then will his name be released. A candlelight vigil will be held Friday to honor the mother and children tragically killed at the 87th Apartments. The Odessa Housing Finance Corporation, along with Asset Management, says they'll hold a press conference first to address what happened yesterday. Right after that, friends, family, and neighbors will gather for the vigil, a chance to come together, remember the lives lost, and support one another. Again, that candlelight vigil is set for this Friday, December 12th at 6 p.m. at the 87th Apartments. Well, cases of teen domestic violence are on the rise in the Permian Basin. Statistics show 1 in 3 U.S. teens will experience dating violence, with some experts saying that violence is rooted in excessive jealousy, insecurity, control, or invasion of privacy. It's important to start watching out for those signs because even the smallest ones could lead to something worse. The Crisis Center of West Texas in Odessa shares ways you can be helpful in cases like this.
Knowing what to say and how to help them, not ignoring the signs, not, judging them. Oh, like, well, it's your fault. I told you to stop dating them. Really being supportive for them. And, for anyone going through domestic violence, knowing that we are here to provide services and we are here to help.
Experts are urging parents to talk to their kids about intimate partner violence when they start dating. It's new tonight on News West 9 at 10. 3 people are dead tonight after a shooting inside an apartment in Odessa. Here's what we know. Odessa police tell us they responded to the shooting at the 87th Street Apartments off of Hunter Miller Way. This was around 5:45 p.m. today. Now, when officers arrived, they found 3 people dead in an apartment unit, all with gunshot wounds. Police say the suspect is now in custody and has not been identified. They also say the suspect knew the people who were found dead. An investigation, of course, is now underway. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is ramping up his investigations into nearly 1,000 cities as part of a statewide inquiry into financial transparency. And, of course, that includes the city of Odessa. The investigation centers around recently passed Senate Bill 1851. That law bans cities from raising property taxes above the no new revenue rate if they don't follow audit requirements. The city of Odessa says they are working to catch up on audits which were years behind. Paxton announced his investigation into the city of Odessa back in October. The city says they reached out to the Attorney General but never heard back. Mayor Hendricks says the property tax increase goes back to the city through infrastructure.
So we're a little frustrated by the AG's position. We believe legally he's wrong. We've made that statement clear. We believe we are complying with state law, and we're going to continue to do what we believe is the best interest of the city of Odessa and our citizens, which is providing needed services, particularly fire, police, water, and roads.
Paxton's office only mentioned about 12 cities he's investigating in his latest press release. Those include Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Lubbock, and El Paso. The Odessa City Council took time to address water developments in the city today, including updating an aging water plan and the water reclamation plan. The last time the city created a water master plan was 6 years ago, back in 2019. The city's utilities director says population is booming in Odessa, and it's time for a new plan for all types of the city's water use.
What we're doing is asking council to move forward with a update to those master plans. Due to growth, we're needing to look at all of our water and wastewater infrastructure throughout the city to make sure we can accommodate that growth.
And speaking of upgrades, the city is finishing up a condition assessment of the Bob Darrington Water Reclamation Plant to figure out what needs to be improved at the plant and how they can fix it up.
The Darrington has been around since the 70s, and then there was an upgrade in the 90s, but it's 50 years plus old, and so we are really needing to upgrade that infrastructure.
But it may take a while for those upgrades to come to fruition. Rowlett says it would take 2 years for the design. Then they have to submit a bid to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality before it could be constructed, which could take at least 6 years. The Ector County School District is making a big change to their dual language programs after their current program was falling short of helping students become bilingual. 20 elementary schools in the district currently use a one-way immersion system where the class selects one language to learn in, either English or Spanish. And after digging into data and consulting with the University of Texas's Meadow Center researchers, they found students were not performing as well as they tried to become bilingual. The district says some of that can be caused by not having enough bilingual staff.
I led our trustees through an activity to determine which is the one that has the most impact in a student's life. And of course, unequivocally without a doubt, it's the teacher. And so ESL and bilingual certified teachers. There's a shortage in the state of Texas, and this is not a problem that's unique to ECISD. And so part of today's presentation was in response to looking at some of that data.
Trejo says they will be back at the board meeting in January to propose some more changes to the programs to better educate emerging bilinguals into the district. Today marks the very first day private schools around Texas can sign up for the state's new voucher program. The move, approved earlier this year, allows families to use public money for private education beginning in the 2026-2027 school year. Right now, the application portal is only open for private schools, but the portal opens up for families early next year. The vouchers are expected to allot up to $10,800 per year, and those with disabilities could receive more, up to $30,000. Homeschool students could receive up to $2,000. Next at 10, Midland County is launching a new initiative to preserve records. Why they're making the change now. Plus, protests broke out at the New Orleans City Council meeting. Why tensions are high in the Crescent City next. Lawmakers officially dive into controversies around free speech on college campuses. Plus, air travel still in limbo even after the government reopens. That's next. A plane crashes in a Florida neighborhood and officials are still trying to find the passengers. Plus, an Army doctor in Texas is accused of abusing patients, now faces his first lawsuit. We've got those details and more coming up. Ahead, community members hold a vigil for the UPS plane crash as the mayor delivers a sad update. And we have an update on the potential partnership between Dallas Police and ICE, what city officials decided next. Well, Texas wins big against Google in court. We'll tell you why the state sued the tech company and for how much. Plus, the loss of SNAP benefits is affecting more than people. What's happening to pets across the nation? That's still ahead.
Thank you, Andy. Well, the Thanksgiving holiday wouldn't be complete without a weekend filled with football, am I right? Tomorrow kicks off one of the most anticipated weeks in college football, Rivalry Week. Try saying that 10 times fast. Well, we're going to see some of the most iconic matchups, including Texas A&M facing the Texas Longhorns in Austin tomorrow for the Lone Star State Showdown. Playoff hopes are on the line here as the Longhorns hope to ruin the Aggies' undefeated season. And of course, the game is on Saturday where the defending national champs, my Ohio State Buckeyes, Corey, head to Ann Arbor to take on the Michigan Wolverines. Now, Michigan has beat the Buckeyes the past 4 years, with last year ending in a massive brawl, as you can see right there. So, will Ohio State walk into the big house with a huge chip on their shoulder? What do you think?
You know what? I don't think so. Because as a fellow Midwesterner, I'm rocking with Ohio State.
Okay.
We're going Buckeyes.
There we go. The reigning national champs are about to kick off their repeat tour in the Big House tomorrow when they beat Michigan, of course, but everyone's going to watch the big game, Texas versus Texas State.
Who you got in that game?
I got Texas. Texas. I want to see Arch Manning. I want to see Arch Manning have his best game of the season, and I think it's going to happen. What does everyone else think, the viewers out there? But I appreciate everyone for sticking with us on this holiday. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night.
Oscar Mayer is officially opening applications for its next class of hot doggers. You can drive the iconic 27-foot Wienermobile on a year-long cross-country adventure. The gig is for recent college grads with a $3,500 salary, travel allowance, free hotels, and traveling coast to coast. You can apply now through January 31st.
That means I'm too old to drive a wiener around the country.
You can do it.
I'm not allowed. You know, I'm surprised it's only 27 feet. I mean, I've driven RVs bigger than that.
We've got some new security footage of a masked bandit. Take a look at this. He trashed a liquor store in Virginia and got trashed. Police found a raccoon passed out in the store's bathroom after ransacking the shelves and helping himself to the liquor. The raccoon slept it off at an animal shelter before being released back into the wild. I wouldn't be surprised if that showed up in the plot of Zootopia 3.
I was thinking that's more like Rocket Raccoon right there from the Guardians of the Galaxy right there. Just having a good time to himself. Passing out in the bathroom, I mean, he's right next to a toilet, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess alcohol affects everybody the same?
Yeah, I wonder what his tolerance is how much he drank. Did he get some whiskey or was it just beer?
Oh my gosh, was it gin? Was it tequila? Hey, everybody has their preference, to each their own. But thanks so much for tuning into News West 9 tonight. For your local news, weather, and sports, be sure to log on to newswest9.com. Have a great evening, everyone.